brought up a lot of great points. You look at it, we're going to talk about Hubert Davis and compare his career to Will Wade. But now really all they need to do is remove Jay Johnson and Tony V. That experiment out in San Francisco not work out. Can you imagine now if they were to ever make a change at baseball? I think Tony V would have to be the guy, and you would have the most colorful coaching staff probably in the history of the world, Chuckopedia. Yeah, so if they failed in San Francisco,
they're still trying to score a run,
and they come back to collegiate ball, then LSU would be a great landing spot for them. Absolutely. Well, Chuckopedia, man, you have a great day. Appreciate you listening to the show, and thanks for calling in. All right, we appreciate it. You can call just like Chuckopedia did at 888-993-7762. And let's start with that, Will Wade. Will Wade coming back to LSU to coach. Now, you kind of feel bad for Matt McMahon. He's going to have a great payout, so you don't feel bad about that. But all this talk, when you maybe fire your coach first. Maybe fire your coach first before you go hire another one.
I can't think that, maybe not fully, but somebody came within the administration, or the administration's people contacted Matt's people, kind of tapped him on the shoulder and said, "Hey, man, we can't break it publicly. We've got to cross our I's and dot our T's, but we're moving on,
and we're going to take care of you.
At least call your realtor."
But my thought process there is, and you're probably right, but you're sitting there, why not? Like you think if they said, okay, look, if it doesn't work out with Will, we're going to bring you back. At that point, do you like, no, I don't want to come back?
And maybe Will didn't want all the talk till the season was over. I mean, I know the talk was there,
at the end of the
but
day,
if they're sparring, there's really talk.
It's like Hyman Ross said in Godfather Part 2. This is the business we have chosen.
That is correct.
It's a vagabond profession.
Yeah, I see state people acting
You weren't ready
outraged.
for
I mean, people acting outraged at NC State. I mean, come on. This is just like you said. This is what college sports is.
I mean, NC State's. I
It's
kind
what
of
it
get the
is.
feeling that they don't realize that they're still little brother to maybe even cousin.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest thing. Even though NC State is probably historically a better program than LSU, at LSU you're number one in the state. At North Carolina, you're number
Well,
three.
the thing that gets me is
You're number
everybody
three.
accuses Wade, there's no loyalty. I know it's the other way around. He's actually being quite loyal to the people that he didn't leave on his own fruition, and those running the show now aren't the ones that ran him off.
So here's the thing: you're different because you are an LSU fan and you have a different opinion than
absolutely, it's a
national
biased
media.
opinion.
But here's the crazy thing about it: Hubert Davis at North Carolina. You thought he may get another year. At 21-22, he's 29-10.
We've said it.
Runner
Here's
up.
the thing. LSU, North Carolina is different. It is. It's UNC. It's Carolina. There is a different standard.
At 29-10, 20-13, declined an NIT invitation, 29-8, Sweet 16. The last 2 years, his teams have won during the regular season 47 games and lost 23. Went to the round of 64. Didn't advance past the opening weekend. That is a winning percentage of 70%.
You do that every year at LSU, they'll build you a statue.
He won 70% of his games. 70% in the regular season, 70%
Where
in
is he
conference.
doing that at?
Carolina.
Is that the standard at Carolina?
No. And
No, it's not.
Will Wade won.
And I think the first person that'll tell you that is probably Hubert Davis.
So where does Carolina go? And if you had to choose between Carolina and
I think
Kansas,
it starts for Billy D.
I think you have to. I think you go Billy
You
Donovan.
make him say no.
You make him say no. If Bill Self does decide to hang it up, which job is more attractive to you, Kansas or Carolina?
I think it's close enough to where, depending on the coach and the personality and the family life, all of the everything else, that it's a reasonable choice. Me personally, I still think it's Carolina.
Yeah, I just think that even though I know Kansas has had a lot of success, when you look at the players that have come through North Carolina, Duke, I mean, what a game. The Carolina Blue, I mean, it's just, there's just so much
They're
tradition
both
there.
top 4 jobs. And, it's, do you like vanilla or do you like chocolate?